Our next guest is facing the uncertainty of those tariffs. She's the creative director and designer at a bridal shop in St. Petersburg, Florida. She's seeing those higher costs already. Should President Trump slap 30% tariffs on the EU, those costs could continue to rise. Vicki Angelo joins me now. Vicki, it's great to have you with us. It's so important, I think, to get a sense of how these tariffs and the threats of the tariffs even are impacting small businesses. So you've noted that your costs on the material goods have already gone up significantly. Are you at the point where you're passing those costs on to your customers?
Thank you so much for having me, first off. At this point, we are not passing on the costs. We are assuming the costs just because we have a lot of clients that have placed orders, retailers and brides, prior to the tariffs being in effect. So we don't want to stress them and add those costs to them because we already quoted them a specific price prior to all the tariffs being applied.
So, which is understandable, I think, for many businesses and appreciated by your customers, obviously. But when you say they've gone up significantly, A, how much are we talking about it? And B, how long can you continue to absorb those costs?
Honestly, that's a great question. It has been uncertain at this point because they've been changing every 90 days or they've been paused and so on. But, as things get solidified and we know more of how much the European tariffs are and how much the Asian tax tariff is, we will have to start applying them to our cost of goods.
And so when it comes to the taxes for both EU countries and different countries in Asia, the reason those are so important in your designs is because a number of the materials that you use also come from those regions. Are those materials that you could actually source in the U.S., or would they just be more expensive?
I mean, honestly, we have to be realistic. We have a lot of hand beading and a lot of craftsmanship and talent that makes these embellishments and even puts the dresses together. So it would be very, very difficult to source and find that craftsmanship here in the US. If we do, it's very, very limited, and it would be very, very expensive. And it would be very, very expensive for the consumer at the end of the day.
We're looking at, we can see, we have video up on the screen of some of your designs, and they're beautiful, but I can see the intricacy there in both what we're seeing in terms of, I think it's the train of the dress there, but even we were seeing the bodice before, the beading, the lace, all of this delicate work, as you point out. And you talk about how difficult it would be to find that skilled labor in the United States. Ultimately, what we've heard from the president, though, is part of the reason he is bringing these tariffs on board is because he wants to bring manufacturing, he wants to bring business back to the United States. What I'm hearing from you is, in this case, it's not clear that that's an option, and certainly not, it would seem from what you're telling us, that the tariffs are going to spur that business here in the United States.
Honestly, it would be very, very difficult to do bridal or formal wear manufacturing in the US. It would be very expensive. But again, as I said before, the most important thing is we don't have the artisans that hold that craftsmanship. That is generations ago, and we just don't have that anymore. So essentially, if we continue with these tariffs, unfortunately, it will just make the product more expensive for the bride to be, which, they're saving. Some of the girls are saving lifetimes of savings to purchase that wedding dress for their special day. Yeah. So,
I mean, I remember how, it's 20 years since I got married, but I remember, I remember that moment with the dress and how much you do pay for that beautiful craftsmanship. Obviously, are you concerned about, I hate to ask you, but I would be remiss if I didn't. Are you concerned that this could ultimately put you out of business?
Honestly, I'm very confident, and I definitely will try my best. I don't think that I will be, going out of business anytime soon. We definitely are dedicated to quality and good service for our clients, and definitely we want to bring them innovative designs, and we'll find one way or another. It's just not realistic, honestly. Yeah. The tariffs for 50%, it just makes no sense when you can't have the actual product made in the US.
Yeah. Well, we will see if perhaps the president is listening, if he hears what you're going through. Vicki, really appreciate you joining us with your perspective today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.